Hey, this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. We've been talking about the shift from commitment and how do you shift from commitment to actually getting it, and that's being held accountable for what you say you want. Because, as we said in the last segment, look, if you could get to where you're going by yourself, being the Lone Ranger, you'd have everything you want already. And you can't get to actually having what you say you want without help because it's too big for anybody. And that's the way it is.
But Clay, technically, the Lone Ranger had a sidekick, so he had a team to hold him accountable.
Yeah, he did. The Lone Ranger did have a sidekick. Tonto was a pretty cool dude. But guess what? Tonto's gone, your horsey died, and your mask is missing. You're on your own, dude.
Oh.
So that's what's going on here. You're to a place in your life where change has to happen because it's time for you to get moving. Now, before we went on the last break, I was also talking about, what it took. How does accountability work? And first, you have to be committed to be in action. You got to be really committed to have what you say you want. You have to be so committed that you allow support or accountability to keep you motivated, to keep, make sure you understand that you're not alone in the world, and to get moving in a way that gets you what you say you want, and then get on past that even, right? Because as we get older, we get stuck in a place called I already know. And when you live there for a long time, life gets pretty dull. And I got to tell you, I'm not going to live there any longer than I have to. Now, accountability. All right, accountability. Accountability is something a lot of people talk about, but it's something many people know they need, and very few people actually go and allow it to be in their lives. Why? Because you've been told all your life that if you need help to get to where you're going, there's something wrong with you, or you're broken, or guess what else? Somebody's going to, if you have to ask for help, somebody's going to take advantage of you. Somebody's going to do you. And the truth is, you can't get to where you're going by yourself, so you have to ask for help. In fact, in the asking for help, it's in a sense, it's a way that you tell somebody what you want. And people can't read your mind, so wouldn't it be cool if we all told each other what we wanted, either from that person or from the environment or from the job or in our lives, so other folks that already have it could show us how to get it? Think about that. What if we quit attempting to read each other's minds and we just fully communicated? Boom, 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 boom.
It's a brave risk, but I respect
That'd be
that.
way too easy. Okay,
Yeah.
What do we got coming in here?
Well, we actually have Beth on the line. I'll go ahead and bring her on here.
Okay, cool. Hi, Beth.
Hey, Clay.
What's up, kiddo?
Well, I was...
Well, you've had a week, huh?
Yeah, I have. And, there was a conversation you and I had this morning, or I guess early afternoon, that I think fits in this conversation about commitment and accountability really well, and not necessarily about commitment and accountability around losing weight or what house you want, but in who you be and how you behave and how you think. And I think that gets to the action that you were talking about, too, just a minute ago.
Yeah.
But basically the whole... What happened is we had a meeting today, and I kind of went brain dead. I mean, after that meeting, you said, what did I think of it? And I didn't have a good thought there.
Yeah.
And what you did in a very gentle, acceptable, but still accountability, being the master of accountability that you are, you asked me if I was using the tools I needed, and I wasn't. And so you helped me get back on track with that.
Yeah,
so
cool. Yeah, cool. Beth, I mean, it's a good point. And what I want everybody to get out of this conversation between Beth and I now is a lot of the things that you just need to use in your own behalf. See, most people give to another what they don't have extra of. And you got to make sure that the tools you use for you to have your life, you actually use them. And when you get an abundance of life, then you start giving it away to others. You got it?
Yep.
All right, so if you live from a purpose statement or a spiritual side or a commitment to health or a commitment to full and complete communication or whatever, make sure that you have those tools that remind you, all right? Because without that being reminded all the time, your mind is dancing around going, gee, you should be here. Gee, you should do there. Or, gee, don't go there. You're going to get hurt or you're going to get embarrassed or you're not going to look good or whatever. Because the mind is designed to keep you in the land of knowing. And if you know it already, you've already done it. And everything we're talking about is the future.
And, it's so funny, the tool that you have taught me to use is a purpose statement.
Yeah.
And you asked me, Beth, so read me your purpose. What's your purpose?
Yeah.
And what, did it take me? Probably 10 minutes to find it? And
well, the truth is I had to hang up because I had to go to another call, and then I called you back. Have you found it yet?
And the truth of it is it had I'd allowed it to get buried on my desk. It was on my desk. It was right here to my right hand, but it was buried under like 5 folders of things that I had going on.
Yeah, and a purpose statement is what we speak ourselves to be, and it empowers us to get restarted when we're stopped, mentally stop saying I can't. So go ahead, read your purpose statement so the folks in Radioland can hear who you are. Go ahead.
Who I am is outrageous fun, a warm cuddle on a rainy day whose unconditional love, leadership, imagination, and grace inspires courage, passion, and strength in myself, my family, and all others.
Right on. And what we use that for is it's just a gauge. You know, it's like you read that, you say, am I being this? And you go, yes, then keep doing it. And if you say no, then you better get back to what it says, right?
Yes, and if you can't find it, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, if it's buried underneath the stack of the gotta do's, then it doesn't help anybody, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Cool. Okay, thanks, Beth. Thanks for
You're
calling
welcome.
in.
Bye-bye.
All right, now, and by the way, I want everybody in Radioland to know that was Beth. She's worked with me for 8 or 9 years, and I didn't know she was going to call in today. She's starting to do that once a week, so it's like, oh, Beth is going to call in. What's she going to talk about this time?
I think it's says something very important. The fact that you utilize, the information that you share you teach with your staff. You work it, use it in your daily life. It's not just something you preach.
Yeah, that's right on, Jaron. I'm not speaking something that I'm not. I'm not being something or asking other people to be something that I'm not. Life is really good until it's not. Then you need to restart. It's like you're honest until you're not. Forgive yourself. Get back to being honest. You have a plan until you don't. When you find that you don't, rewrite it. Okay, it's all about dancing with how your head stops you, how your circumstances get in front of you. How about this? You're on a diet and doing well until you're not. When you find that you're not on the diet or you're not doing well, restart again. That's the name of the game. Forgive yourself and move on. And here's a good one for you. Stop making yourself wrong, ... The world will do that for you for free. So start liking the person in the mirror. You want to learn about forgiveness? Use it on yourself. Can you get that? Life is all about being able to step up, crawl up a ladder, and when you fall off, put the bandage on. When the bandage gets off and your heel's all fixed again, go up the ladder, but this time go up smarter. You know what I mean? Okay, so now accountability, all right? Accountability. For example, without accountability, what are you going to do when the going gets tough? What are you going to do when your brain says, you can't do that, and you actually want to do that, and you had a plan to do that? What are you going to do about that? So it's all about dancing with and having a team that holds you accountable for being who you can't be by yourself.
Clay, I really liked Beth's real-world example of applying this. And actually, I want to throw a real-world example from an email that Steve sent in right off the bat here before we get into this more. And he says, what do you do with a talented, well-spoken, and mostly productive team member who resists accountability?
So think about this. The question is what do you do when you have a team member that's usually well-spoken, usually get things done? See, accountability is only necessary when we don't get things done. And it's not like muscle. It's like expanding one's team. It's about having others hold you responsible for being who you say you need to be. Like, think about this. How many of you, if you put up on a board all the attributes of a powerful leader, good speaker, being able to absolutely unconditionally forgive others, having a plan, being a visionary, do all those things. And, there's about 40 or 50 line items that is a makeup of a great leader. Do you think a great leader is all those things all the time? I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's like right now, one of the signs behind me just fell over, and I am so great, I'm not even going to make myself wrong for it. You know what I mean?
Right on, man.
All right, so now where we are is taking a look at accountability is only necessary when what we're taking on is so big you can't do it by yourself, or we dropped out of the direction we committed ourselves to be. If you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to be calmer, all right, around people. I'm going to be nicer. I'm going to communicate better. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to make more time for myself. I'm going to have, a life that is less stressful. If you could do that by yourself, don't you think that you could get that done? And the truth is you can't. So you have to forgive yourself, move on, and ask for help. All right, now I'm being held accountable for taking another station break. So you're listening to Clay Nelson and Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour at KZSB AM 1290. When you get back, we're going to talk more about accountability and how you can break through and have it serve you.